of core Java. So that's what I was thinking, like whether to get into the Salesforce development or Hadoop development.
Okay.
And how will be the marketing for the Hadoop, and so that's what I wanted to know. And if I see that there is a very good future ahead for like next 6 months, 6 years or 10 years, then definitely we can go ahead with this. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's great actually. Okay. And Venkat?
Yeah, I'm a developer or analyst. I'm into Java J2E's technologies. I've been in the industry for about 10 plus years. My domain is mostly financial and insurance industry.
Okay.
We do a lot of analytics. With different companies, I've tried different tools for analytics. I worked on different tools for getting data analytics and also data persistence.
Okay.
Big data was something I was a little attracted to because
They not understand the industry and the data. They cannot visualize that much.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Just before getting into the Hadoop, just let me discuss something about big data. Do you have any idea what exactly the big data, Venkata, Rashwin? What is there in your mind once you see or listen this big data word?
So a huge amount of data with huge data with various types of it can have different types of data, huge data and different types of data.
Okay, okay. Yeah, huge data means what is the huge data?
Maybe some trillions or something.
Okay. Yeah, what about you, Venkat?
so the big data Hadoop, the whole concept or whole space is more about handling data. How do you handle data? Because right now data is spread across so many physical spaces. You can't have data. It's spread across so many different physical spaces. So as far as I know, the big data spaces and Hadoop and other related technologies helps with connecting these data at their source rather than trying to get it to one place. Go to the source of the data and use your processing systems and analyze this data and process it and use it to the basically.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay. Almost, yeah, almost same. Okay, whenever you talk about big data, most of the people will talk about huge data, more data, and just managing the data like this only, right? That's always correct. But when we are talking about big data, we need to talk mainly 3 V's. Okay, 3 V's concept is there. 3 V's means one is the volume of data, variety of data, velocity of data. Okay. First, before getting into the 3 V's, what is the big data again? Big data is a technology, a tool, or framework, or what is this, any idea?
It's just a data, that's all.
Okay, just exactly, yes. It's a concept only, nothing but it's not a database, not a tool or technology, simply it's a concept. Under the big data concept, there are a number of solutions are there, tools are there, frameworks are there. Okay, by using those tools, we can solve the big data problems. Moreover, we can say big data is having the problems and challenges. Okay. Three different kind of challenges. First challenge or first problem is the volume of data. Okay, volume of data means it's a huge amount of data, right? The size of data. Usually we'll make it as a kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, and next
terabytes.
Petabyte. Next,
no idea.
Exabyte.
Exabytes, okay.
Zettabyte, yottabyte. As of now, up to here. Okay. And again, one more question. Sorry, and most of my training will be almost interactive. Okay. Not only today, every day it will be like this only. then we can make sure we both are all are in the same phase. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So where exactly you feel that big data? Is it MB or GB or TB? Where exactly it is started?
I think it's at the petabytes range.
Yeah. What about you, Ashwin?
I guess it starts from terabytes.
Terabyte? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then again, one more thing. There is no particular size to be a big data. Okay. Sometimes any size can be a big data. Nowadays, maybe terabyte big data. Maybe tomorrow petabyte could be a big data. Because of just let me give you an example. You know Gmail?
Mm-hmm.
What is the maximum size can you send through Gmail, one single mail?
10 GB.
No. In single mail you can send up to 25 MB only.
Oh, including attachments?
Yeah, include attachment. You can send up to only 25 MB in a single mail.
I think we can send more than that.
No, it will not accept.
No, generally I do send images to my father, so I add so many attachments to it. Each and every image will be almost 18 MB.
18 MB. No, I think then it will take a lot of time. It will be do in the offline. They cannot send directly the mail. Okay, or else do you using Google Box or something? Google Drive?
No.
Okay.
No.
If you, as usual, if you send as a normal mail, it will accept up to 25 MB. If it is more than 25 MB, it will take a lot of time. I mean, it will be not in the smooth process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As well as the Gmail also given up to 25. Maybe recently they may change it, maybe 50 MB or 100 MB. Okay. It's an example only. Let's take 100 MB. Okay.
Yeah.
But if I send 1 GB, it will not take, right?
Yeah.
Up to 100 MB it may accept. But if I send 1 GB, it will be very difficult to send. Just what I'm explaining is, here the 100 MB is not a big data, right, nowadays. It's a small normal, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of Gmail, it will be a big data. Okay? So in normal cases, GB is not a big data, but in terms of Gmail, it's a 1 GB a big data. Let's take another scenario. If I take Oracle or any SQL systems, how much data can we process, can we store in a normal way? Any idea?
It can go up to, I mean, just store or
Store and process in a smooth manner.
I mean, the general trend is 500 GB. That's what even
500 GB. Yes, correct, right? But we can store maybe 500 MB more than also, but 500 MB is 500 GB is the good one, right?
Yeah, it starts creating issues for data processing.
Yeah. So if I try to do it maybe TBs, 1 TB or more than 1 TB, it will be problem, right? Then terabyte is also big, looks like a big data in terms of SQL systems, right? But you told that petabyte is a big data. Nowadays, GB also can be a big data, terabyte also can be big data. Okay, so like that, if you take the ETL systems also can manage up to only terabytes, 1 or 2 or 5 terabytes, 10 terabytes, let's take. But if I give 100 terabyte of data, again it will be a problem with ETL systems also, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just what I'm explaining here, you cannot say what exactly the big data, but when you are comparing with some infrastructure, some tool or some software, whatever the data you are not able to manage, then that data can be a big data in terms of that tool or infrastructure. Correct? So here, if you want to send more than 1 GB through Gmail, there are n number of options are available, right, in the market. You can use Google Drive or any box, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So we need not worry about these things. And the SQL also you can, if you are not able to do, you can go for some other systems and you can use the help of ETL systems and like that. But when you cross this 100 terabyte or 10 terabyte, is there any other tool available in the market? No, right?
No.
So that is the reason we are thinking about when you cross this type of data, 10 terabyte or 100 terabyte, maybe some petabytes of data could be a big data. Okay, just we are looking for the tool or a framework which can store the data whatever the size and which can process the data whatever the type of data. So basically we are looking for this type of tool actually.
Yeah.
Got it? Got my point?
Yeah.
So this is the volume. Right now we are facing the problem to store the data in the frame with terabytes, or some companies are facing that problem with petabytes, right? This is the one challenge or one problem in the industry right now, that is volume.
Yes.
Okay. And next one is the variety of data. In variety, we have three varieties are there. One is the structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. Okay. In unstructured data, I think structured data. Everybody very good at structured data. It's like a simple table or Excel sheet, right? Or a CSV file, or many files are there like this. These all are comes under structured data. Correct? And when you come to the semi-structured data, it's like I can say example XML, JSON format, some other formats. Semi-structured data cannot be easily understand, but it can be easy by using some other third-party tools, or if you concentrate it, right? Like XML cannot be understand easily, but it will be in proper manner, right? By tags, start tag, end tag, and if you use any third-party tool to parse it, you can get the objects, you can get the normal data, correct? Like that, this type of data could be called as a semi-structured data. But what about unstructured data? Unstructured data is completely different, like a binary data, signals, okay, pics, and you can say normal text, and any type of other data could be a unstructured data. Correct? Yeah. So with the structured data and the semi-structured data, there is no problem. ETL systems can manage very easily with the structured data, right? What are the size? Maybe some huge up to terabytes of data. But semi-structured data also can be easily manageable by using some parsers. Okay, in Java parsers are there to read the XML to object or text. There are random possibilities are there. But when you come to unstructured data, it will be very difficult to process it, right? Up to some level only we can do the industry. It can be possible to do some unstructured data. So in this situation, we need to think, if it is unstructured data, how can we process, especially unstructured text data, like log files and the charting data and some normal text in the service servers, right? Which is very huge legend data, maybe in 10, 20, 30, 40 years data also is there, which was not properly structured at that point of time. Right now, more than 80% of the data is coming as a unstructured or complex data. This is the one challenge we are facing. If you take very small data which is not properly structured, even ETL systems also not managed, right? Not able to manage, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Ashwin? So that is the one more problem. When you are facing with the different varieties of data, we are not able to move in a smooth manner.
Yeah.
And next one is the velocity of the data. Velocity is nothing but when the data is increasing, the time also will increase, right?
Yeah.
Let's take I have 10 terabyte of data is there, which may take maybe 5 minutes time to process. Okay. So same way, if it is increased 50 terabyte of data, automatically what will be the time? 25 minutes, right?
Yes.
So which is not acceptable by industry right now. So data is obviously data will increase. No, there is no change. Maybe today is 50 MB, maybe tomorrow 100 TB. Again, the time will be increased to 50 minutes to almost 1 hour. So it should not happen like this. Even if it is 15 TB, instead of 5 minutes, if it take maybe 6 minutes is acceptable, 7 minutes is acceptable, right? But not exactly the linear way. Should not act. So that is the reason the velocity is one of the most important part here. Here also we are facing a lot of problem to process the data in a slow latency. Everybody will look for the low latency, right?
Yeah.
So these are the main three different, I cannot say problem, I cannot say challenges, but three different ways of measuring the big data. Got it as of now or anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, here in the basically in unstructured data, right now we are facing with a lot of complex data. Do you have any idea what is complex data?
Logs, like you said, right? Logs is one of the, because
logs is the unstructured data, but it may not be complex one. The complex data will be come to the picture when we are doing analytics. Analyzing the data. Okay. Just let me give a small example how will be the complex data. Suppose if I give hello, how are you? Are you able to understand what is this sentence?
Yeah.
It's very easy, right? Who knows English, they can understand it, right? But here, do you understand what is this sentence now?
We don't get the meaning.
Sorry?
We don't get the meaning of it.
Yeah. How can we understand? Somebody is a chart like this. So you need to analyze this data. What exactly this one? Any idea? Venkat?
I would say, if I'm reading, I would say somebody is telling their age or weight.
Okay, great. Oh, you only thinking in two ways, age and weight. What is the? But I'm thinking somebody is telling I'm fine.
Oh.
But you are thinking in different way. I am thinking in different way. Maybe if you go to some other geographical location, the people may think some different way, right?
Correct.
Maybe somebody may think about this is my roll number, I'm 59 roll number. Maybe somebody think about maybe something like that. So there are very small sentences having this much complexity, right? To understand what exactly is.
Correct.
So nowadays in big data area, the analysts still facing this much, lot of problems with the text data especially. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the different ways of data is there right now in the market. Okay. Just I'm only talking about challenges and problems in big data. Then we can get into the Hadoop, how Hadoop will solve all these problems in a single box. Right?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Just let me give you some more visualization how data is coming into the servers nowadays, which manner and what exactly it is coming. Okay. You are able to see this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the starting point of computer to 2003, let's take, you can take maybe more than 50 years. The total data is 5 exabytes worldwide, approximately. Okay, but after that, within 10 years time, from 2003 to 2012, it is increased 500 times. Okay, into 5 exabytes. Just think in 10 years, 500 times, which is very huge, right?
Yeah.
It's exponential growth, right?
Okay.
Up to 2012 only. But after 2012, within 3 years, 13, 14, 12 to 15, again it is increased 3 times than 500 times. Just visualize how much data is coming last 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. In this situation, how will be the 2016 and 17 and 18? In a single year itself, the last of 50 to 100 years data will be generated in 1 to 2 years, right?
Correct.
Okay. In 3 years itself, it is increased 3 times than 500 times. Just think, almost 10 to 15 years data in a single year, correct?
Correct. Yep.
So in this situation, every country, every industry, every application, 100% should migrate with our big data tools. There is no option in the future, maybe after a couple of years.
Yep.
Already the industries called social media and the e-commerce industries already migrated with the big data almost 3-4 years back only. Like if you take Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, all the companies are already migrated in the year of 2011-12 itself. Okay. Those industries are very less, right? Less than 1% of the companies are there. That is the reason we did not we did not know the market how it was happened in the last 4 years. And the last 1 to 2 years now, the term is for the insurance industry, banking industry. Now they are migrating now.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe after maybe 2016 or 17, there is no deviation. Every industry 100% need to migrate it. Okay. So if you know that, if you see in the total worldwide, the insurance industry, banking industry is leading the more percentage, right? Approximately 20 to 30% of the applications and the businesses are running according to these two industries, right?
Right.
So that is the reason now that term is for insurance, banking, and some part of other industries also. Manufacturing industries also coming. Okay. So that is the reason big data will rule the software industry in the next minimum 5 years. Okay, and IoT also coming as part of the big data. So once IoT come to the picture, then it will be again very big deal.
What is IoT?
Yeah, IoT means it's the Internet of Things is coming, right? Nowadays, just IoT, Internet of Things, everything is connected each other in a single. You can manage entire your complete house in a single app within your mobile from anywhere in the world. That is coming in future. Maybe 2017 or 18, you will be coming to the picture. Nowadays, it is integrating with big data everywhere. It's just a baby. It's a month's baby IoT. It's not even started properly, but it will be along with the big data. IoT will be very big industry in the future. Okay. Nowadays, smart cities, all smart cities are going to use IoT in future.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So just I'm giving the visualization how data is coming, how big data will be big in future. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Clear? Any doubts or any clarification?
No. That's
Ashwin?
Yeah, no doubts.
Yeah. So especially as I told you that there are different types of text structures, semi-structured, unstructured data. Most of the unstructured data is coming from all these resources like Facebook, mobile, poll generation, laptops, phones, YouTube, Twitter, video. Everything is coming from coming as an unstructured data, right? So here only we are facing a lot of data. Just another few use cases like smaller. How much sensor data is coming now, right?
Yeah.
It's huge, right? Even New York Stock Exchange also generating 1 terabyte of stock data and every single day. Okay, it's more than 1 terabyte in a single day. Just think how many exchanges are there worldwide, how much data is generating only in this industry, finance industry. Okay.
Yeah.
And this graph will show you how much complex data is coming right now. You can see this graph, it is almost going like a straight line nowadays, almost after 2010, right? The relational data is just coming as a normal way, but it is increased very drastically. So main deal is the complex data and unstructured data only nowadays. Got it, Venkat?
Yep.
So basically we are facing problem and challenges with storing data and processing data, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here what I can say, the Hadoop can be the answer for all these problems, all these challenges. The problem can be whatever the size of data, it doesn't matter. What type of data, it doesn't matter. And the velocity wise, it will give 100% good performance than all other systems. Okay. So that is the reason Hadoop is getting very huge market nowadays. All the companies are big legends are depending upon the Hadoop market now. Yeah, this is the elephant symbol is just it's a symbolic for the Hadoop. It's representing as again is a big huge data, right? Okay, let me give a small introduction of Hadoop. Then I will get into the what are the components are there, what exactly the Hadoop architecture I will show you.
So here it is just used only for migration purpose, or it will also do any kind of processing?
No, processing only. Especially processing is the main part, as well as storing the data. Both the things. I will show you in architecture.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the person called Dog Cutting. He has implemented the Hadoop from scratch. In the year of 2004, he has started with the help of Google File System white papers. Okay, and he has completed the complete Hadoop project in the year of 2009 with the help of Apache Group. You know Apache Group? Apache is a very open source company. So they have supported to complete this project, and it's become as an open source project. Anybody can simply download and use it. Okay. Actually, the symbol is, this is the symbol, Hadoop symbol, not exactly the elephant symbol. It's like teeny elephant. This is the Hadoop was the name of this toy. Actually, he was thinking how to name this particular product, what he has implemented. Just he was, this is the toy by playing his son actually. In their local languages, they were using the Hadoop as a name of this toy. Okay, this toy. So just simply here named as a Hadoop, and as again he used this symbol as a representation for the Hadoop. After that, the people has changed it to elephant symbols. Okay. This is the company called Cloudera here, which is supporting to the Hadoop from scratch. Almost from the 2009 onwards, it is supporting in terms of enterprise level, in terms of support level, security level, and all the different areas. Now, Cloudera is the one of the leading market in the Hadoop big data area. Almost more than 50 to 55% market is there with Cloudera. Okay. As a development level, everybody can use the open source, but when you are going to the production level or real development level, we cannot depending upon the open source, right?
Yeah.
So that is the reason the Cloudera is providing the enterprise level and the production level support. Okay, like this, after that there are almost 20 companies came to the market. All are now fighting each other for the market. Maybe in another 1 to 2 years, it will be very huge.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, again, we can say these 3 V's can be a features of the Hadoop or characteristics of the Hadoop. Because of Hadoop can deal with any type of data, whatever the petabytes or exabytes, whatever the data, it doesn't matter. It can take it, and it can process any type of data. Okay, and at the same time, it will execute in the manner of batch processing, real time, and streaming area. So then it will be executing very faster than other tools, whatever the data. Even if you have 10 terabyte or 100 terabyte, it can process in the same time with very, very less time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after just we have the many key features are there. Just I'm not explaining all these features. It will take more than half an hour. We will discuss it in the class first, maybe second class or third session. Okay.
Okay.
Now I would like to show you the how will be the what exactly the Hadoop, what are the components are there in Hadoop. Okay. Let's take if you take this box as in Hadoop. Basically, what is the Hadoop? Again, any idea? Is it tool or language or
I guess it's
database
a
or
tool.
framework?
It's
Okay.
a framework.
Maybe it's a framework, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's a framework. Moreover, it's a 100% we can say it's a framework which is developed in completely Java technologies. Okay. So in Hadoop framework, there are another two components are there. You can say again two more frameworks or two more components. The components called HDFS and MapReduce. These are the two important concepts. Okay. You can say basically when Hadoop was developed, there are only two components, that is HDFS, MapReduce. After that, maybe 2 to 3 years onwards, so the another tools added within the Hadoop ecosystem. But basically, these two are the only basic components of Hadoop. HDFS is nothing but Hadoop distributed file system, which is derived from Google file system. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, it will be useful for store the data. Whatever the data you want to store, you can store the data in
Repeat, what is HDFS?
Hadoop distributed file system.
Okay.
Okay.
So is it literally a file system?
Yeah, literally a file system, 100%. Whatever the data you have in different servers, you can copy it to HDFS.
Okay.
As you told just initially, without copying the data, you can process it, right? But better to here in this Hadoop, better to copy the entire data to HDFS and process it is very good here.
But wouldn't
Because of,
that requires again space, right? That will require hardware space.
yeah, exactly, that is correct. Hardware space is a lot of hardware space is required, but nowadays if you see hardware is getting very cheap, right?
Correct.
Instead of managing the network bandwidth from one machine, one place to another place, and all the times, better to make the bigger space is very, very good than display, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that in that we will discuss more about in HDFS, then you can understand why exactly the storing the data in HDFS is good than reading the data from other systems.
Okay.
Okay. So initially we'll get the data into HDFS. So it's a different kind of file system. Okay. Everything is in terms of big data level only, not normal file system.
Okay.
We'll discuss the architecture of HDFS, how it will store data and other thing.
So when we say a distributed file system, so this component will be used to process the structured or semi-structured data only, or
Unstructured data, so all the data.
okay.
Any type of data. It will store the data only in the flat files manner, not in the specific manner.
Okay.
Whatever the data you can
It will store the data in the form of files.
Yeah, in the files.
Okay.
It's completely designed by the Hadoop people in a different manner. Okay, next is the MapReduce. MapReduce is completely used for process the data or for computation purpose. Okay, once you get the data, once you store it in the file system, next step is processing, right? You can say processing or analyzing or analytics or computation, whatever the word you can use, but it can be possible through MapReduce. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically the MapReduce is completely used by Java technologies only. The complete framework is Java, but if you want to process this file, suppose if you have some product.log is there. If you want to process this file, which is there in HDFS, you need to write Java programs here. 100% you need to write 3 Java programs every process. One is the mapper.java, reducer.java. Just I am giving the only name. It can be something name also. And driver.java. Okay, these three classes are required, which takes approximately more than 100 lines of code, and which takes maybe normally some normal developer will take 6 to 8 hours of time. Okay, first you need to understand the data, you need to understand the requirement. Based on that, you can develop the code, right?
Mm-hmm. So it won't be,
So
it's not involved with too much of coding.
Not too much, it's a basic level code only, but Java code is required, Java knowledge is required.
Okay.
Completely, MapReduce is completely based on Java only. You cannot do anything. Okay.
Okay.
So
this comes under MapReduce. Okay.
it comes under MapReduce.
Okay.
So then maybe after a couple of years, you know how much percentage of people will know Java in the software industry? Any idea? Approximately 20 to 25%, right?
Yeah.
Right, Venkat?
Yeah,
20 to 25% or 30% like you and me.
I think.
But even after 10 years of experience, will you show interest to write the complete Java code from day to day banner? Again, it's very difficult, right?
No way. Yeah.
Even if you know Java, I know Java, but I cannot write. So that is the reason the company is called Facebook and Yahoo implemented some tools for their internal purpose called Pig and Hive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Pig is completely script language, Latin script type scripting language. Hive is completely belongs to SQL notation language.
Mm-hmm. That will be
Okay,
interesting.
yeah. So basically, they were thinking like that. They even nowadays the Java people also not showing much interest to write the completely Java code. So this Pig is developed by Yahoo, and Hive is developed by Facebook. Yeah, I told you, right? They are already migrated to big data almost 3-4 years back only. So at that time they have implemented the own tools. After that they have donated to Apache Group. Apache Group is integrated with Hadoop framework. Now Pig and Hive is also become as a Hadoop ecosystem. Okay, so this will be pretty much useful for like Ashwin and different kind of people who not come from the Java background. Okay, the same thing whatever you're doing with the prog.log file with 100 lines of code, 8 hours of time. So here you can do simply with 5 lines of code only, and maybe maximum 2 hours is more than enough to do it.
So this Pig and Hive were developed by Facebook?
The Pig is developed by Yahoo, Hive is developed by Facebook.
Okay, so here either MapReduce, Hive or Pig, all of them will do the same task.
Exactly, 100%.
Okay.
The same does. Just
the only thing is when it comes to Hadoop framework, Facebook will be okay. Okay.
All are same. All these three are using for the same processing purpose only.
Yeah.
Okay. But they just in the developer point
but
of
all
view,
of them will definitely use HDFS.
Yeah, all are using on top of HDFS data only.
Okay.
Okay. Just it's become a very easy to the developer, right? The complexity is very less now for writing the code. Correct, Venkat?
Yeah.
Here also just you can write 2 to 3 lines of code, and maybe maximum 2 hours is more than enough when it's taking 8 hours time.
Yeah,
so
we
not
have
only develop.
a lot of frameworks codes for us, right?
Sorry?
We already got a lot of frameworks, even if you take like Spring and other Apache frameworks, they help us generate code by like database connectivity code or web service connectivity code. They all generate for us by just adding file or something.
Yeah, just they will give the only template, but anyways you need to write the business logic and other things, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And again you need to convert and you need to compile it, you need to in terms of developer point of view, even in terms of company also will save a lot of time, will save a lot of resources also, right? When they are using
Yeah,
Pig and Hive.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So that is the reason nowadays most of the companies are using Pig and Hive instead of using MapReduce.
But MapReduce is still at the core of the Hadoop framework?
Yes, exactly. Not only now, in future also MapReduce will be the one of the most important part, because of whatever you are writing 5 lines or 2 lines of code in Hive and Pig, again internally it will convert as a MapReduce Java code only. Okay, like JSP and servlet. Even if you write the JSP, which is very easy to the developer, when you are executing, again it will convert as a servlet program, right, Venkat?
Yeah. So is it necessary, as a developer, is it necessary for us to understand what the mapper.java file looks like, reducer or driver.java file looks like?
Yeah, not exactly how files is looks like, but we should know how MapReduce is working within the Hadoop and within the on top of HDFS. That is important.
And how to write the coding.
Yeah, how it is working internally, how it is processing, what are the different rules are there they are following. Everything we need to know. And just knowing the Java code is again in a different way. If you are more interested, if you know the Java, then you can put more time here, or else you can spend more time on Pig and Hive. Okay. So again, it will convert. The compilers are there, Pig compiler and Hive compiler again converted as a MapReduce Java program. Again, they are converted as a jar file internally. The jar file will work on HDFS. That is common process. Got it?
Okay.
Yep.
So it will be very simplified. Pig can be used by any people, even if you don't know the SQL concepts much. If you are the business analyst or maybe architect level or project management level, then those type of people also can write the Pig scripting to do the process on top of Hadoop. Okay. But only thing, Pig and Hive may not be solve your 100% problem, 100% requirements in the project. Sometimes. Okay. Sometimes maybe the customized requirement may be there in your project. Then you can implement the MapReduce program at that point of time, which is coming very rare, less than 10%, right? Almost everything is, if you take the finance industry, almost all are same. It may be something different than somebody will be there in the project like Venkat, who knows Java very well. They can implement one or two MapReduce programs. Are there another concept is there is a UDF concept here, user defined functions, again which will be deal with Java code. Just a simple Java code, only 1 or 2 programs required. They can write the UDF and they can use it within the Hive and Pig. Okay.
Are they highly related? I mean, like the scripts and the mapper, reducer, or driver connected, very tightly coupled? Like, can I write a script and then can I go into the mapper and change, and the script will automatically get updated, something like that?
No, that is very again a hectic, because of when you write the Pig and Hive, it will be create the very optimized way of programming.
Absolutely.
So again, we need not change that program. That will be almost 100% optimized, but we cannot think more than that optimization, right?
Okay. So
there is an option. You can modify the query. You can make it very prominent, and you can make it very dynamic way.
So tell me, then is there any need to actually review this .java files and change anything or modify anything? Will there be any need at all?
No, 99% there is no need, but maybe in future, maybe tools may be coming like this. Once you create the, and you can see the Java file also. Once you run the Pig and Hive or scoop command, internally it will generate the jar file and Java files. You can go there and you can check it out also.
Got it.
Okay. So basically these 4 are the very, very important in Hadoop.
Got it.
Okay. So we will spend most of the time, almost 50% of the time in HDFS and MapReduce only. If you understand the MapReduce very clearly, Pig and Hive is very, very easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nowadays the companies are using any one of these three, or maybe combination of these three, maybe one, maybe hive and pig and MapReduce, MapReduce and pig, or sometimes the companies are using all three also.
So since you said it's almost like what, 4 or 5 years old, are there other scripting languages other than pig, and are there competitions to hive and pig?
Yeah, many are there. Approximately, I can say around 10 different tools are there in the market, which is not comes under Hadoop ecosystem.
But can those be integrated in the framework? Let me.
No. They are not integrated with the Hadoop framework, but they can work on top of HDFS only.
Okay, got it.
Like Spark. Spark is nothing but MapReduce only, which is 10 to 100 times faster than MapReduce again.
Okay.
Storm is there. There are Solar is there. Each tool will different used for different purposes.
Okay.
Okay. There are different. Once you come to the big data tools, around 20
So
to
this
30
Hadoop name
tools
is
are
used
there.
only by Cloudera, or?
No, Cloudera is the one platform, one flavor of the Hadoop. I will show you that one. Actually, let's take an SQL. You know SQL databases?
Yeah.
Okay.
SQL is the base level structured query language which can be deal with tables and queries, right?
Correct.
Let's take now.
Yeah.
This is SQL. This is like take this Hadoop. The concept Hadoop is different concept. SQL is different concept, right?
Yeah.
Here, what is Oracle?
Oracle, DB2, SQL.
DB2. Yeah, what is DB2? Oracle, or Microsoft SQL Server. What are these three?
Databases.
Databases. Yes, what is SQL?
Language.
To read the data.
Interact with the database.
Yeah, SQL is nothing but it's a structured query language. Okay, we'll take it that. But SQL DBs are there, right?
Yeah.
All are SQL because of what I'm telling here. These are the different companies build their own product on top of SQL only, right? Different competitors. Like that, on top of Hadoop, the company is called Cloudera CDH4, the product name. How IBM is developed is a DB2, like Cloudera is CDH4. Hortonworks is there, HDP. Hortonworks is there, and IBM Big Insights is there. Okay, Big Insight. Like that, there are almost 20 companies are there in the Hadoop area. These all are competitors. They are developed their own product on top of Hadoop. Okay, they are selling their product to the companies on top of Hadoop.
So they will have again different components.
No, not different components. Hadoop is nothing but again these 5-6 components will be there basically. But they will support to other tools, which I told you, Spark, Storm, Kafka, like that. Okay, I can say these are the competitors or flavors, like how Oracle DB2, MySQL Server, how it is coming in the market. Now, in the future, all the companies will come with their own product.
But is there any commonality between these different flavors of Hadoop? Are they all based on HDFS and MapReduce?
Yes, yeah. How I think if you take all these three are common, right? All are working with the tables and queries only, right?
Relational database management.
Relational database. Same as all these are working on only HDFS and MapReduce only.
Okay.
On top
These
of that,
two components will be there in each and every flavor.
100%, yeah, all these four. But along with that, they will give some other extra tools and they will provide some extra. So obviously, when it is in a competition market, they will show something differently, right? They will add some added advantage to their product and sell to market, right? Like that only. Okay, and we have another 3 more. Almost it's okay. Time is done. Okay. Anyways. So here, 2-3 more components are there. One is scoop. I'm not giving more details about it. Just I'm giving only scoop and NoSQL HBase. Okay, these are the 3 more components are there in Hadoop ecosystem. The scoop is basically, Hadoop is a completely different file system, right?
Yeah.
We'll store the data from other file system, but if you have the SQL RDBMS systems are there with you, which is SQL systems or RDBM systems. If you want to get the data from Hadoop to SQL system and RDBM is to Hadoop. Because of if you take any application, all are using SQL RDBM systems, right?
Yes.
Suddenly when you are migrating to the Hadoop, 100% the interaction is 100% required with SQL databases with the project. So here actually there was no direct interaction in Hadoop. Maybe after some time they have developed with some tool like SQL Hadoop. Okay, they have developed. Just they have renamed it as a taking the first 2 characters of the SQL and the last 3 characters of the Hadoop is become as a scoop. Okay, just the name itself is integrated. Okay, so by using the scoop, we can extend the data. I mean, you can import it and export it to SQL to HDFS to SQL like that.
So we call it as another component in it.
Yeah, like pig and hive and a scoop is a one more component, one more tool within the Hadoop ecosystem. These all are comes under Hadoop ecosystem, sub projects or sub applications. Okay, Apache itself integrated as part of the Hadoop. Okay, next is the Flume. Flume will be useful for when you are working with streaming data. You know streaming data? Let's, for example, is log file. Log files are keep on increase, right? Every second, every minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are dealing with this type of data, you cannot copy the data manually time to time. It will be very difficult, right?
Yeah.
You copy the 5,000 lines, within 1 minute it will increase with maybe 150 or 200 lines. After 1 minute, maybe increase with 500 lines. Again, you cannot copy where exactly it is copied previously and copying from that position. It will be difficult, right?
Yeah.
So the Flume will be the one tool can deal with streaming data. Okay, and next one is the NoSQL HBase. Do you have any idea about NoSQL?
Well, we've heard about MongoDB, but not much information.
Yeah, MongoDB is the one of the NoSQL databases. Maybe in future, after a couple of years, nobody will use SQL databases. Everybody will migrate with NoSQL only. Okay, very few companies are already using. They're only continue with SQL, but all the new companies, new projects are going to migrate with NoSQL databases only.
Okay.
It's a very one of the big industry. Do you have any idea how many SQL databases are there in the world right now?
Right now? No.
Yeah, like Oracle, DB2, MySQL Server, PostgreSQL, Derby, like that. Maximum how many approximately?
50 to 75.
Sorry?
50 to 75.
Yeah, okay. 50 to 50, okay. 50
Just
databases. We just take this, okay. It's not more than 25 to 30, but let's take 50. But it is there in the market last 40 years, right?
Yeah.
From 2006 for 1970s onwards, the RDBMS came to the market, right? But how many databases are there in NoSQL? NoSQL came to the picture around 6-7 years back only, maybe 2008 or 9 onwards only. How many databases may be there in NoSQL area? Any idea?
No idea. I've heard only about Mongo.
Yeah, any guess how many in last 7 years, 8 years? Ashwin, any guess?
Maybe less than 10.
Okay. Venkat, you?
I would say more. The way you're putting the
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's the reason I again guess it. In my way, according to my words also you can guess it.
yeah, it's a large. It looks like a large number.
Just within 7 years, right? It's like currently 150 databases are there.
Yeah.
The MongoDB is the one of the database out of 150. Even HBase also just one of the 150. You just think, even if we don't know, we are there in the market 10 years, but you don't know this much manner the NoSQL is getting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a very wonderful concept. Again, it's completely different from SQL, RDBMS. So very, very good actually.
But NoSQL database was just designed for the Hadoop or a big data concept, getting used even before that.
Actually, it was there before also, but when big data came to the picture, again it is getting very good market.
Okay.
Before that, nobody was caring about this one, but now it is completely full swing. This is the MongoDB, which is comes under documented data store. Okay, so we will discuss as now. Then we will discuss as part of this course. We will discuss the what is NoSQL, what is the differences between SQL and NoSQL. It will take half an hour to 1 hour time. We will discuss the differences as part of. We will discuss the some overview of the HBase also.
Yeah.
Nowadays, very good at NoSQL area is the Cassandra is very good. Cassandra, MongoDB, and HBase. There are you have seen the number, right? So based on the requirement, the people are using different things.
Yeah. NoSQL, does it actually mean you don't need to write SQL, that's it, or is there any other meaning here?
No. The people will think like that. NoSQL means not no.
Yeah.
It is not only SQL. It's more than SQL.
Okay.
You can do many things than SQL. Okay. Which is very compatible with big data, Hadoop, and other areas.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the components, approximately the 7-8 components we are going to discuss. And before that, we will discuss more about something about big data and Hadoop features, advantages, disadvantages. And I will not give any of the Cloudera Hortonworks related things directly to you because of these all are installation, configuration, everything is completed. Simply you can load as an image and you can work with Hadoop. But I don't want to give like this. I will give only URLs to download the software. We will do it in the online. You will install it. You can configure it. You can do all the things online in the classes only. Then you will get 100% knowledge how Hadoop is developed, everything.
Okay.
Instead of giving ready-made stuff, just I will give you the piece of cloth. We can design HDFS and components and other things ourselves by using pure Apache Hadoop. Okay. If you understand these things, these are very easy. No need to worry about it.
In entire course, these are the components that we are going to teach us.
Yeah. As part of the HBase, Zookeeper will come to the picture. Very small things are there. And we will discuss in the end of the course what is the Hadoop versions are there, 2.x and 1.x, differences between 1 and 2. Many other things will come. And I will discuss some real-time use cases when the time comes according to that particular situation.
So from usage wise, what were you telling earlier? So we can download and install on our machines, or do you have a lab now?
Yeah, you can install in your machine simply. Install it and you can configure it.
Is there any requirement on the machine itself? Like
4 GB RAM is required.
Yeah.
So that's it. I think nowadays everybody is having good hard disk and 4 GB RAM also, right? Even
for 8 GB. No.
Sorry?
Most of them are going for 8 GB now.
Yeah, 8 GB. So I'm using 16 GB RAM. I think everybody is having at least 4 GB.
Yeah.
When you are thinking about big data, obviously we should be ready with big thinking and big missions.
Yeah.
And when you say installation from a GUI perspective, will that will only give a GUI, or do you need something like Eclipse or?
No, for Java development, we'll use the Eclipse within the operating system. I would like to use the Ubuntu as a platform to. Yeah, I will use the VMware. We'll use the VMware. Within the VMware, we'll load the Ubuntu. In Ubuntu, we'll install it, configure it, everything.
Okay.
So we will be using Cloudera.
I'll show you just how it will work.
Okay.
Okay. If you take Cloudera, Hortonworks, all are same. Just everything is same. Only in terms of production level, real-time development level, they will show some extra feature they will give. That's it. Well, maybe when you are writing the query, maybe they give the support. Like in Java Eclipse, right, Venkat? when you're writing the function, it will give the support, right? Directly it will come all the functions, right?
Autofill related.
Like that they may give like this. But instead of in learning point of time, better to write entire query yourself. That will be good, right?
Yeah.
I will suggest that only instead of using the autofilling and other thing.
Yeah.
So this is about the basic introduction of Hadoop. Just I have given only overview. I did not get into any deep things. Okay.
So can you share the curriculum if you have any, or index of contents?
Yeah, I have an index of contents, but almost all are belongs to these only. HDFS, MapReduce, Pig. It's elaborated one.
Yeah, but
Scope, flow, SQL, and other things are there.
Will you be able to share it after this session, or no? Since this is a demo session, you can't share any of that.
Yeah, that's not an issue as it is content, but the institute people also will send you. Already I have provided my curriculum, and I'm not exactly providing the following the exact curriculum. Based on the person to person also, I'm just changing some things.
No, that's fine. At least an outline.
Yeah, outline. Yes, sure. Yeah, maybe when I was dealing with 20 years experience guys, so they don't want to spend much time on MapReduce Java coding. They want to spend much time with the Pig and Hive.
Yeah.
So at that time we are skipping some of the things here. We'll go to here. So like that, based on the situation, we'll change it.
And Satish, along with the course, I'm also expecting that we also get some hands-on experience and kind of real-time scenarios.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hands-on documents I have prepared for everything. Once I complete the Pig, I will give the Pig hands-on. We can practice it for a Hive, Scope, Flow, NoSQL, everything I have prepared with the base level core.
After completing the course, we'll be able to go for any certification in Hadoop, and can you also take up the interview calls and clear it by ourselves?
Yeah, once you complete the course, I will suggest you some books and I will share some of the PDFs to you. Then you can write the any Cloudera or Hortonworks certification. That will be easy.
Okay. Individually we can register and go for it, or it should be sponsored by a company?
No, Cloudera is having I think $300. Hortonworks is having $200 to $250 now certification.
Okay. Individually you can register and go ahead?
Yeah, individually you need to register and you can write the exam.
Okay.
Maybe you can ask the institute, company people, Crescent IT. Maybe they may provide it. I don't know about certification. I am not dealing those type of things.
Okay. But this course should cover those topics as well.
Yeah, the certification will be most of the questions on HDFS MapReduce only.
Okay.
50%. 50% is comes under this area.
Okay.
Okay. So my question beyond that is to both you, Ashwan and Satish.
Yeah.
So what is the time frame? I mean, timing wise, when do you think will be convenient for scheduling? So
actually yesterday only I have taken the demo. They have confirmed. I am going to start from Monday. That is 7 a.m. IST.
7 a.m. IST. Work for me. That is why I brought up the topic.
Yeah. Then what is the time it will be feasible for you?
I'm in PST time zone. Ashwan, I don't know where you are though. Are you on the PST?
I'm in EST. EST. So it will be 10 p.m. for me.
Okay.
Yes.
For me it won't be any problem. 10 p.m. won't be any problem for me. Yeah.
But for me, by the time I come back from work, it's 7:38 my time. So that is.
Oh, you're in PST?
7 a.m. would be yours. What is the time, Venkat?
6:30 p.m. my time, PST. 6:30 p.m. PST.
Oh, 6:30. Okay.
The time I come back from work is 7:30. 6:30 is a little risky for me.
Yes, 7 o'clock is fine. Your time? That is also risky.
Yes, it depends on traffic, right? My commute is almost an hour and a half. So depending on 7:30, I can target. But how long are you? I mean, are you going to do everyday classes or 4 times a week? What is the plan?
I'm using the everyday classes.
So 5 days in a week or 6 days or all
5
days?
days, maybe initially we will take 5 days. After that, after 2 weeks, everybody is asking to take the weekend classes also.
Yeah.
Based on the situation, based on the person, I will take the weekend, or else usually it's 5 days a week.
Yeah, I'm okay with even 7 days also.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. In first week we will take only 5 days. Maybe after that, based on my timeline, the participants' timing, so we will continue. And Ashwin, then so if you have Venkat,
Yeah.
just think about the timings and just intimate to the Crescent people. If it is not working out, we can take the weekend sessions.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If this is not possible, maybe I'm also ready to go for the weekend if it is okay for Venkat also.
Yeah, Ashwin, I think you can continue with 7 a.m., right? Already 2 people are there, already confirmed.
Okay.
Just I have given the whole introduction session. Monday onwards I'm going to start. If you want, you can choose the time. Daily. What I'm telling is, as you are coming from the testing background, right? Instead of feeding 2 to 3 hours in a single day, and on weekend it's 6 hours to 7 hours at a time, better to feed to every day 1 hour is better. But Venkat is from Java background, the MapReduce is a very big concept. Even 3 hours also, it will be fine for him. I guess, Venkat, is it correct?
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I was thinking actually. I mean, if we can do an hour and a half, 4 classes a week, like that also, if we can fix that. I mean, if you can tell me 1 or 2 days, okay, I'll try to leave work early and try to come back by 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m., 7:30 p.m. my time. Every day will be a little difficult. That's what I'm telling. We need to schedule something like that.
Okay. Yeah, just think and let's know to the Crescent people. Actually 7 o'clock time is okay for Ashwin and other 2 people also. But if you are okay, then I will request them and I will adjust to up to 7:30.
Okay. 7:30, no, 8. Your time it will be 8.
It will be again. It will be till late for me in the morning office. I need to be there in office by 9:30.
Yeah,
If I start session 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, it will be difficult to reach the office again.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let
my
me
man.
present and get back to you. I mean, they're trying to schedule the 6:30 p.m. demo from all of this week, but I missed 2 demos because of I cannot come back from work by then.
Okay, okay.
I mean,
Your morning time is fine for you, I think, or will you go too early to how?
it's a 1.5 hour drive, so I have to leave by 9 or 8:30 at least. So at least I'll be
Okay.
10 o'clock. So I was hoping maybe, like I said, right, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday is fine.
Yeah, then we can make it like that. If you take the 3 days, then it will be very easy. We can cover more than everyday classes in 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So let me talk to Ajay from Crescent and we can see how we can schedule this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Venkat. Ashwin, what about you? Is this time is 7 a.m. is okay for you?
Yeah, I'm okay with it, no problem.
Okay. Just think yourself, and I think it would be better. Daily sessions would be better than. Anyways, it's night 10 a.m. 10 p.m. right? You can complete everything, and you can freely listen it, right? Okay.
But only one small request from my end is every day after the session, please try to give some homework to me. Like I should do
Sure,
this.
100%.
Like I'm a lazy person.
No. First only maybe 5-6 classes there may not be a homework. After that I will give you.
Okay. Then I'll get some kind of interest and motivation,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I think you have observed in the last 1 hour how many times I have asked you and Venkat regarding the reply, right? So every day I will ask the reply. So
yeah.
if you have any doubt at any point of time, you can stop me and you can ask me.
Sure.
Okay. Don't wait for the end of the session to ask the question.
Sure. Thanks for this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ashwin and okay, Venkat. Venkat, just let me know based on our timings, we can make it. Okay.
I will talk to Ajay from Crescent and I'll get back.
Yeah. if it is weekend, we need to have the only one-to-one session. Okay, I will talk with Crescent people and I will make it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And one more thing, just these are the companies are working on top of Hadoop to coming with their own products. Okay.
Yeah.
Cloudera, HP, Hortonworks, IBM, Pivotal, SAP, Teradata. Okay. Yeah. Just I wanted to show this one.
Okay.
Okay then. Thank you. Thanks for your time, Ashwin and Venkat.
Yeah. Thanks,
We'll
Uday.
meet,
Thanks a lot.
meet you soon. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.